We are playing a deck that I like to call the Giants of Littjara. This deck is featuring, it's featuring a lot of shapeshifters. This is basically shapeshifter tribal with a couple of exceptions. Those exceptions being Mechagodzilla, aka the Crystalline Giant, as well as Beanstalk Giant. The reason for that is, well, they're good cards. It's really what it comes down to. And this deck is in need of some big threats late in the game, and so both of those apply. And also, because they're both giants, other cards that care about creature type allow me to just say giants, and I'll be able to use all of our shapeshifters because they all have changeling, which is nice, as well as these. So let's get into some of the shapeshifters that we have. So we also have Masked Vandal, who's a great piece of removal as long as we have something in our graveyard, which in the late game we probably will. Duo Cat, how's it going, my dude? Welcome. So when Masked Vandal enters the battlefield, you exile a creature card from your graveyard, and then if you do, you exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. Yeah, this deck is definitely like a mid-range strategy that's all about getting more creatures down than our opponent, and we're going to do that a couple of different ways. One is with the Reflections of Littjara. When it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. In this case, we're going to say giant, and then whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, you copy that spell. And Reflections of Littjara is fantastic with Beanstalk Giant and Crystalline Giant because they're just so freaking good, and getting two of them out is incredibly powerful. Now it is expensive, so that is a factor that we're gonna have to we're gonna have to work around, which is why we only have two in the deck. We also have Orvar, the All Form. Changeling, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets one or more other permanents you control, create a token that's a copy of those permanents. It's just lovely. And then if we're forced to discard Orvar for any reason, we create a copy of a permanent that's on the field. So Orvar is just a really cool card. It's also a 3/3 shapeshifter for 4, which is not bad, and definitely gives us what we need. We also have Gladewalker Ritualist. Whenever another creature named Gladewalker Ritualist enters the battlefield under your control, you draw a card. So if we have Reflections of Littjara down, or if we're able to trigger Orvar with Gladewalker Ritualist, we automatically draw cards. This is a card draw engine for us, and as long as we have a couple of these other abilities online, we're actually able to draw a significant number of cards off this. So it's better than it reads, I assure you of that. Then we also have Realm Walker, which again, we're going to name giants off of it. And if you're not familiar, it's basically a conspicuous Snoop. More expensive fairy, whatever it is. Oh, yes, it's more expensive than I know the one you're talking about. I want to say Surveilling Sprite, but I don't think that's right. No, the Fairy Miscreant. That's the one you're thinking of. It's a 1/1 flyer for 2 that when it enters the battlefield, if there's another Fairy Miscreant, you draw a card. Yes, Gladewalker Ritualist is basically a Fairy Miscreant, except it's a 3/3 changeling for 3, in addition to everything else. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, so we have Realm Walker, which functions very similar to the conspicuous Snoop. You may look at the top card of your library at any time when you may cast creature spells with the chosen type from the top of your library. We're going to say giant because every creature in our library qualifies as a giant, so that's pretty cool. And then we also have Bears of Littjara, which is a super cool spell, which is kind of the home run in this deck. This is our finisher, really, in a lot of situations. If we're successful in getting a couple of shapeshifters online, this can be really devastating for our opponent. So we create a shapeshifter, and then any number of target shapeshifters you control have base power and toughness of 4/4, and then choose up to one target creature or planeswalker, and each creature with power 4 or greater you control deals damage equal to its power to that permanent. So that, in a lot of cases, is just going to be removal unless you're playing it into a board wipe, which of course would be a huge bummer. And I'm sure now that I've said it out loud, I'm sure it's going to happen. But we have a couple of other tricks. Ingolf, good morning. How's it going? We have a couple of other tricks up our sleeve. We have Blizzard Brawl, which is really darn useful with Orvar down. Very cool, Duo Cat. Thank you for posting that. So we have Blizzard Brawl. If we have Orvar down, we're able to copy our planeswalkers, our shapeshifters, such as Gladewalker Ritualist, in addition to removing our opponent's threats. So that's actually a really cool swing. It's basically a 2-for-1 on a body if we're able to get that combo down. On a body, it's a 2-for-1 for 1 mana is basically what we end up with. You know, we get a resource, we deprive them of resources, life is good. We also have Absorb Identity, which is really the card that inspired this deck. So with Absorb Identity, you can return target creature to its owner's hand, then you may have shapeshifters you control become copies of that creature until end of turn. CCE, greetings, how's it going? National Play Magic Day? Oh, excellent! Rock on, CZ. I appreciate it, and I will do my best to observe National Play Magic Day. So absorb identity is super fun. This is a cool trick for us. We can use it on our creatures to absorb, to avoid removal, or we can also use it to turn all of our shapeshifters into beanstalk giants, if we want to. So that's pretty darn useful, especially if we have that down with Orvar, because then we'd be able to not only create a second beanstalk giant, turn all of our shapeshifters into beanstalk giants, but we'd also then be able to, well, we'd be able to get a second one with Orvar. So that's one way around it. The other thing we can do is, if we're going up against like Gruul players who have a lot of really aggressive creatures, we can effectively steal their creature by bouncing it back up to their hand. So if they have an Elder Gargaroth or something like that, we can bounce it back up to their hand, remove it from them, get a whole slew of them on our side, and then swing in for the win. So Absorb Identity is a pretty darn cool card, and really one of the key pieces this deck is built around. So that's the deck. I'm calling it the Giants of Littjara because it's shapeshifters and giants. So let's go ahead and, yeah, we can end up with some big beanstalk giants. You're not wrong, Duo Cat. So let's go ahead and take this out onto the ladder and see what we can do with it. These farmers are not responsible, nor will they be responsible for any magic-related injuries. I love it, CZ. Absolutely love it. All right, so let's go ahead and take this out into the best of 1 queue and see what we can do. All right, a fellow Fibble Flip. Let's do this. If we had a green mana source in this hand, I would keep it all day. Since we don't, I'm going to ship it. And we're on the draw, too. But yeah, with only 2 lands in play, it's going to be a long time before we see Reflections of Littjara. Realmwalker and Glade Walker Ritualist are both great. Glad to see it. This is better. We don't have much in the way of threats, but we can draw into those. Do I have your board of Pretzel Rocks' music? I don't, but if you guys do, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to mix it up. Hey, Power of War, how's it going? Actually, Pretzel Rocks has a number of different stations, and the music that I jam to on this, yeah, should have kept the first hand for the memes, right? The station that I jam to most is the Happy EDM station. That's actually what you're hearing in the background. If you want me to mix it up, I certainly can. They have, you know, rock music and all kinds of other tracks. I am always listening to them. And it's funny you mentioned that, actually. A lot of the times I actually listen to them when I'm off stream too. Just because I don't focus on it. Like, I'm not actively listening to it. It just adds a little something to the background. So I like it. Yeah. No, Duo Cat, as much fun as it would be to get mana screwed, I'm going to go ahead and say no to that. Go ahead and Mask Vandal. It's a nice little 1/3, which is exactly what we need in this situation to stop the Fireblade Charger, unless we're going up against full-on Boros equipment, or, you know, like Boros Warriors, and they're going to start equipping it. The fact that they left 2 mana untapped has me a little confused. They probably have a Stomp in hand. You know, if we drew the green source, that would have been nice. You're not wrong. Rather have calm music than heavy metal crazy EDM. That's kind of my thought, CC. Cool. Thank you for backing me up on that. We're gonna say giant here. Hey, there's a giant. Heavy metal wouldn't fit the aesthetic of, you know, the vibe I'm going for. Oh no, a Crone War. That's a good card. Cool. Thank you, Power of War. I appreciate it. Give me back my Realm Walker. Excuse me. Yep, give me back my Realm Walker. Ooh, another Realm Walker. Don't mind if I do. Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher. And Fervent Champion with no attacks. Excellent. You love to see it. You love to see it. I'm gonna go ahead and say Giant one more time. Did we kill the Bone Crusher? I think we killed the Bone Crusher. And I should have used the Realm Walker that didn't have Summoning Sickness, but oh well. We're gonna swing here. Let's go. There we go. So I'm hoping that we have... Ooh, Torbrand. That's a good card. Still doesn't attack. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so we can bounce Torbrand here. Just to get him out of the way. It's Shapeshifters and Giants. Let's go ahead and play it safe here. I missed a question. For an English degree, have you ever just urged to correct someone's grammar? Oh, CC, absolutely. And any English major who tells you that they haven't is lying straight to your face. Let's bounce Torbrand. And we will not have our Shapeshifters become a copy of him, because then we would lose a bunch of our Shapeshifters because it's legendary. Go ahead and decline that. And we're going to go ahead and kill that Fervent Champion. But yeah, Power of War. Ooh, this is basically all in on Shapeshifters with the additional bonus of some Giants. Magic, thank you for the host. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, this is all in on the Shapeshifters. Yeah. Annex, it's a pretty good card. Annex with an Ember Cleave, that's pretty good. I'll go ahead and play the Reflections of Littjara, saying Giant. That Blizzard Brawl off the top is going to be handy. I think we attack here. Because they can block with Annex, and that is a trade. I should have placed the combo before your semicolon, because if you put it afterwards, you create a time proxy that will destroy the English language. Exactly. See, you understand how it goes. A time proxy. I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, but at the same time, yeah. And I believe what you said. I believe what you're putting in there is you should have placed the comma before the. I'm pretty sure we're just dead here, but let's go ahead and. English is such a weird language. You're not wrong, PowerofWar. It really is. Yeah, for anybody who's curious, CCE is referencing the fact that I'm actually an English major. Oh man, yeah, I have my my bachelor's degree in the English language, or as I like to call it, my BS in BS. And you purposely put a comma at the end to trigger you. Yeah, it looks like you're meant to. Yeah, it looks like there's supposed to be an attribution there, like he said or something like that, and it just isn't. So that is yeah. Numble jumble of other languages. That's true, it is. Papers suck. You're not wrong. Well, and that's actually one of the nice things about getting the English degree is that I had large papers in all of my classes instead of final exams. And so when people were stressing over exam time, you know, like, so the week of exams was basically just early vacation for me. It was pretty nice. Yeah. I mean, that said, the weeks prior, I was stressing out. But when all my friends were freaking out about exams, I was taking it easy. You'd rather have a final exam than write a paper? Really? Oh, I'm the exact opposite. Overwhelmed Apprentice. Man, it has been a long time since I've seen that card. Looks like we're going up against an all-in mill deck. No, I didn't mind writing the papers. Vantress Gargoyle, okay, alright, fair enough. Alright, so we have the Absorbed Identity mana back just in case. Frantic Inventory, yeah, this is just all in mono blue mill. Kill the mill, right? No, PowerofWar, you're not wrong. Alright, and we are gonna get... doesn't really matter at this point. We're gonna get our Crystalline Giant going. Show me hexproof. Come on, hexproof, I believe in you. Menace. Well, that's not bad, but still, it's not what I wanted. You know, I'm not mad at it. Frantic Inventory, that card is surprisingly good. Our opponent is also stuck on 2 lands. Just kidding. But they did miss a land drop last turn, so that's something. With how many cards they're drawing, that's saying a lot, actually. And we miss our land drop this turn. Grab the island just for the symmetry of it. Flying Vantress Gargoyle can block, except it can't block Menace. Haha. World Tree and all the gods. Ooh, okay, PowerofWar, we can absolutely do that. Okay. Yeah, we will absolutely build a World Tree gods deck. We're gonna have a lot of ramp in there. Oh, that was gonna be your channel point redemption duo cat? Well, PowerofWar beat you to it. All right, fantastic. So after, we're gonna play a couple more games with this deck, just because this is gonna be going up on YouTube, and you know, I'm gonna be advertising the deck pretty prominently in the thumbnail. So I am gonna play. So I'm gonna play another game or two with this deck. Actually, we'll probably play like 2 or 3 games with this deck, depending on how fast they go, and then we'll go on to the redemption. Oh, the redemption in general. It's true, you do love that redemption duo cat, which I appreciate. Double Vantress Gargoyle, that's something. Not gonna lie. Ooh, first strike, that ain't bad. Now that they've double Vantress Gargoyle, I can't attack into it, but still. Eerie, good morning, welcome, welcome. English changing one letter in a word can change the whole meaning, like borrow and borrow, or like burrow and borrow, dock and duck. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating, actually. I appreciate you guys. Have I said that this morning? Because I do. I really do. All right, Teferi's Tutelage. Yeah, you guys are worth waking up at 5 a.m. for. No question about it. Uh-oh, Vantress Gargoyle is now online. It's able to attack. We've reached our mill threshold. They keep playing cards from their hand so they can't block. Interesting. More Mecha Godzillas. Ching ching, let's do this. And we actually do not have the requisite snow resources for Blizzard Brawl, which is mildly upsetting. Well, thank you, Duo Cat. I appreciate that very, very much. You guys are the best. For real. And lifelink is a beautiful thing. And somebody decided to play a land on their turn, which meant we can get away with this. Mwahaha. The mill resumes. Don't love it, but such is life. All right, so I'm hoping when we draw into one of our snow lands here, because that'll allow us to play Orvar and then Blizzard Brawl the Crystalline Giant into one of those Vantress Gargoyles. Is a Fate Wishes in the God deck to pull a World Tree if needed or other things? That's just me. Ooh, PowerofWar, I think you're onto something there. I think a Wish board in the God deck makes a lot of sense. Yeah, we might very well do that. Yeah, now Fate Wish is a beautiful card, no question. All right, opponent, what you got? We are down to 23 cards in library, so that's a bit concerning. Okay, so we're down to 19 cards in library. That's a bit concerning. Yeah, this is just all in mono blue mill. Bring Barry back. Directly to the graveyard doesn't not die. Oh. That'd be interesting. How's it going, Erie? What's wrong? What's the oh my? The state of our graveyard? Oh, excellent. We got exactly what I was looking for. No, see, that can't be right. That watch time cannot be right. Let's keep the token. Ooh, Orvar with mutate. Ooh, Eerie, I like where your head's at. Like 4 days since it didn't come before the command was made. That's true. No, CC, that's exactly right. All of the Crystalline Giants. Down to 15 cards in the library. Yeah, no, that watch time command, I know that's not right. So we're gonna gain a little bit of life here, which is nice, but not really that important because the library is what counts. We're down to 15 cards. There's a good chance that, well, okay, we're gonna be down to 13 after they use their Vantress Gargoyles on us. Down to 11 after the draw. Yeah, Teferi's Tutelage is a very good card. But our opponent is down to 3 cards in hand, so you never know. Ooh, Behold the Multiverse. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, Behold the Multiverse with Teferi's Tutelage. That's just good. Yeah, Behold the Multiverse, also just a great card. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, if you're not using this right now in your current control decks, I would recommend taking a second look. As long as you have blue, of course. Yeah, GG's opponent. We got milled out. It happens, which is a bummer because we've created an army of Crystalline Giants, which is one of the things this deck's trying to do. Dag nabbit, yo. It is not to be, unfortunately. Yeah, this is maybe more of a play queue deck rather than a ranked deck, but that's okay. We'll keep Folio Hurts with Tutelage, right? Oh my goodness. Is control really control without blue? It can be done. I've played some mono black control lists that are actually pretty solid. I'm not mad at this. Let's see what we can do with it. Because we're on the draw, I'm willing to, we're gonna dig 1 card deeper into our library than we would if we're on the play. So let's go ahead and keep that and hope for a land. Hey, we got there. Nice. Martyr Control was fun last season with Penny Dreadful. Nice. But yeah, I mean, blue is definitely the control color, but it's not exclusive. You can play a lot of different variants of control. Yeah, I know, like, yeah, black and white have a lot of cool control options as well. The last combo you got off? I think so, Ari, but if you could remind me, that'd be great. 3 seasons. Cool card. Not mad at that. This pay X, each player draws that many cards. Yes. No, no, Folio of Fancies with Teferi's tutelage. That could be a lot of fun, Power of War. Good call. Eat 1 food for the rest of your life. What would it be? Ooh. Oh, Leyline Tyrant and Fling. Yes. I love it. That's beautiful. All right. I was going to play Gladewalker Ritualist here, but I think Mechagodzilla is the winner instead. Show me hexproof. You're not hexproof. I mean, Vigilance is not bad. I'm glad to have it, but still. So if I could eat 1 food for the rest of my life, probably cheeseburgers. Like if I was stuck with 1 food for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'd probably want cheeseburgers. Ooh, Boreal Outrider. Okay, so this is a full-on Simic Snow deck. Shimmerdrift Veil is a cool card. I really like it. Ooh, Frost Augur, also legit. Nothing wrong with that. Blizzard Brawl. Hey, that's my move. Get out of here with that nonsense. Probably go with chicken. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, cheeseburgers is interesting. I would definitely rock cheeseburgers for breakfast. I wouldn't think twice about it. Plus, you could do all kinds of different. My other thinking there is, ooh, black. So this is Sultai Snow. Interesting. The other thought there is, you could add like modify the toppings on them so that you can get different flavors. Actually, now that I think about it, pizza might be the right answer for that exact reason, because you can mix up all kinds of different. Oh, dude, Austin, you do not need to apologize for anything, my dude. Thank you for being here. Draugr Necromancer, that card is great. I really enjoy that card. Do we block the Boreal Outrider? They're tapped out. Yeah, I'm gonna take the opportunity to kill it. They offer the trade, I'm gonna take it. Don't love it, but I'm gonna do it. Bears of Littjara, let's go. Just guys Snow is doing pretty good in Petty Dreadful, which is funny because the only snow-covered lands are legal are mountains and plains. That's awesome. Oh, dude, Austin, I'm glad to hear that. That's fantastic. Because there's a lot of chicken dishes. Oh, that's true, CC. So you can do a lot with chicken. So I think that's the key to that question. If you're stuck eating 1 food for the rest of your life, make sure it's something that you can provide a lot of value, or you know, something you can modify a little bit. We're gonna take 5. We're gonna buff our shapeshifters. We're gonna pump you up. And now it's time to get rid of that Draugr Necromancer with the old Blizzard Brawl. Boom, baby. Because I can't help but notice that our opponent is down to 1 card in hand, which is nice. I want to keep it that way. Well, I mean, we can't keep it that way necessarily, but I want to limit our opponent's resources and keep their resources limited. And so getting rid of the Draugr Necromancer is clutch in that situation. Oh, what drink would you have for the rest of your life? If I only had 1 beverage that I could drink for the absolute rest of my life, it would be water. I gotta be honest, and I know that's a lame answer, but it's true. I would miss coffee dearly, but I would have to say water. Raga Duo. Hey Daniel, greetings. Good morning. How's it going? Daniel OTP, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Sorry I missed that message earlier. Right? It's just, it is what it is, man. You know, you just need water. So if I was stuck with 1 beverage, that would be it. And we killed the Frost Augur. Thank you, Bears of Littjara, for doing your thing. I appreciate you. And let's go. Farewell, Mechagodzilla. Farewell forever. I appreciate you, but the time has come. And Shapeshifter beat down. Woo! Smart decision, but if you're it's just juice, right? Oh my goodness, Duocat, if the only beverage you could drink for the rest of ever was Monster Energy drinks, that would get I don't think your heart would appreciate that. That'd be rough. All right, so let's do one more with the Giants of Littjara deck, and then we are gonna redeem PowerofWar's challenge to build a Gods deck around the World Tree. No, that stuff is rough. Toxic, good morning. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. This is a terrible hand. This is an absolutely terrible hand. Without any creatures, we can't do anything with it. So let's keep it. Right? It's a content keep. There is a channel on the Discord for deck building help. Yeah. Absolutely. After 2 cans, you have no sugar in your system for the last 2 days. That's true. Except you'd burn it so fast and then just end up with a gnarly headache. Moment of the hunt. Our opponent is ramping to Ugin. I've got $10 says our opponent is ramping up into Ugin. Oh, your heart issues partly due to energy drinks? Ooh, Austin, I didn't realize that. More Stolen Identity. That's not helping. That's not helping at all. At this rate, though, we're going to have Reflections of Littjara down before any of our creatures, and hope, you know, thankfully our opponent is playing a ramp deck, so they're giving us time. Mechagodzilla, let's go. Show me hexproof. Yes, score. We got there. All right, so the Crystalline Giant has got hexproof. Happy to see it. Our opponent's running nothing but snow covereds. I can't help but notice. Foretell, that's a Behold the Multiverse, or Didn't Say Please. I have no doubt about that. Let's see if Reflections resolves. It does. All right, cool. Was not expecting that. The deck builds channel is probably the best place to go. PowerofWar. Defeat Flameheart while drunk in game. Ooh, CC, I like that. No, CC, I like that challenge a lot, actually. We'll do that on Sunday. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, dude, Austin, I'm there. Coma. That's problematic. Are you getting into a boss fight on your first sale? The short answer is yes. Can't aim your cans or you can barely walk. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be rough. Show me flying. You're not flying. I'm glad to see Titan's Nest getting some love, because I always thought that card was insane and it just never saw play. Any of the old gods. How rude. Going after the Reflections? Yeah, that's the right call. But at this point, it's done its job, and there's nothing I can do about it. They're gonna swing with Coma at least. No. All right. Interesting. I've sunk a ship. That rules, dude. Love it. No, Austin is nasty out on the high seas. Yeah, he will not be denied. No, I'm just glad we're on the same team. And by the way, if anybody's curious, Austin B1024 here is a fellow streamer who actually streams Sea of Thieves quite a bit, and he and I actually go sailing on Sundays. So super duper fun. Ooh, dude, Austin, that sounds rough, man. I don't know how you can how you could even tack the sails with that in your system. Thank you, CC, for the shout outs. You don't, right? All right, fair enough. Let's try this one more time. You should get there when you get there. That's hilarious. I love it. I'm going to decline that because he's legendary, which is really unfortunate. Because I want 4 comas, but alas. So Toxic, we do not have Maskwood in the deck. The reason that we don't have Maskwood Nexus in the deck is because all of our creatures are shapeshifters, and all of our creatures are shapeshifters or giants, and so we don't need to give everything changeling. Although that said, being able to pump out changelings with Maskwood would be useful, so there may be a place for it. But yeah, all of the creature type exclusive effects like Realm Walker or Reflections of Littjara, I just say giants on them. That's a lot of Death Touchers. Let's get rid of these coils. Which one is that? It's the Mask Vandal. I want to keep one of my Realm Walkers around. Okay, cool. Austin's a true pirate. Absolutely. Get rid of that pesky Titan's Nest. So you would sing the longest Johns if they weren't singing the right song? All right, good to know. All right, so the Crystalline Giant is able to put some pressure here, which is good. Coma's just so freaking good, though. Farewell, Realm Walker. It's been a pleasure. Oh, you let him live? That's good. Come on in. Welcome to my face. Has all the amenities. You guys know the drill. Icebreaker Kraken. No! No! And that's a sorcery, which is a mild bummer. Hello, Arhenia. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Do we want to kill the Kraken, or do we... Well, Coma just has more coils, so that they'd be able to just give Coma indestructible, which would be a bit of a bummer. Fire and Flame is based on a true event, one of the biggest man-made disasters. Really? Did not know that. So how's it going, Arhenia? How was your morning at work? Seeing that one fairly often on stream. Nice. I'm pretty sure we're just dead here. Yeah, Coma is crazy good. Coma's unreasonably good, if you ask me. Bit tired. I believe it. Crystalline Giants got everything going on, but it's just not going to be enough, unfortunately. Ooh, back for more on the Icebreaker Kraken. Nice. All right, then. Well, yeah, that's GG's. So I was mistaken. I thought they were ramping up to Ugin. They were not ramping up to Ugin. They were ramping up to Coma. I forgot that Coma was available. Just because Ugin has been the top-end ramp finisher for a while now, so I just assumed. They probably have Ugin in that deck, too, though, let's be honest. Alright, so the Giants of Littjara not working quite as well as I'd hoped, but that's okay. We had some good games. We had some fun. Here, let's see if we can get one. Let's do one more. Let's see if we can squeak out a win with this deck. So maybe this is not a good rank deck. Maybe this is more fun than good. Ban Ugin, right? No, PowerofWar. If Ugin got banned tomorrow, I would not be sad. I don't think it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be sad. Yeah. No, I would not miss that card at all. Let me tell you what. Would only be sad because I spent money on the pretty version. Oh, fair enough, Austin. I can appreciate that. Hey, Phyrexian Dog, how's it going, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Oh, Austin, you don't ramp into him? Oh no, you just control the board and stop your opponent from playing the game until you can cast him. I gotcha. No, those are your two options. You either prevent your opponent from playing the game until you can cast him out, or you ramp like crazy. We got a draw apparently. Interesting. Control and ramp, absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. No, if I use Ugin, yeah, that's the way to do it. And we appear to be stuck on this screen. I gotta love that bug. Is it not letting us go out? It looks like we might have to restart the client. Ladder bit, not worth mentioning because I tried the... Oh, to Wooden League. It's all good, Arhenia. Yeah, it looks like we need to restart the client. That's not ideal. Not gonna lie. I don't love that. Yes, Imogen, I know I'm upset too, but it's not a big deal. It's all good, Arhenia. It's all good. So what got you back into MTG? Like, why did you decide to pick it back up? The great indie developer, exactly. All right, let's play this one more game, and then we're gonna be building a god deck. We're gonna be building the god deck around the world tree. See, Deucer, I see what they did there. Bears of Littjara in the opening hand is tempting. We're on the draw, so I generally don't keep two landers on the play. On the draw, I'm more willing to do so. All right, let's see what we can do here. Hopefully we draw into some lands. Yeah, I hear you, Austin. I got you. Take time to put them on the battlefield. Yeah, that's kind of my worry, is that, and we're going up against rogues. Yorion rogues? That's not what I was expecting at all. Yeah, so Toxic, what I'm expecting is that it's going to be a really slow, it's going to be a deck full of ramp to get up to the god trigger, and it's going to be insane when it fires, but it's going to be really tough to fight. They of course milled away the forest. That's a feel bad. We needed that forest. Hey, but we needed this island too, so I'm not mad. Mass Vandal, I choose you. So I'm trying to think, what gods do we want to build around? Well, we're going to put all of them in there. You can ramp or do control. Yeah, we got to do one or the other. So this is a Yorion rogue list. This is definitely an interesting setup. We got to give our opponent props for doing something different. I'm certified decks on stream. I love it, Austin. Absolutely. No, that'd be fantastic. Drown on the lock. How rude. How rude. And of course, they have 80 cards in their deck, but they still have the Drown in the Lock in hand. The rogue deck always has the Drown in the Lock in hand. I don't know how they do it, but they always do. I'm being a little hyperbolic there, but it seems that way. And of course they have Zerasan. Also, that Realm Walker is coming into play under our opponent's control. They're going to be able to conspicuous snoop rogues out. That's not good. Yoink takes off your Aether. I'm trying to make back to Diamond with them. Best of luck, Austin. I'd say I haven't even made it back to Diamond with those. I'm working on it though, and that's why I post them to Aether Hub. Yeah, please don't hesitate to. Do not hesitate to steal my decks. We don't have the requisite snow lands for Blizzard Brawl to, yeah, such a balance shuffler. It really is. Yeah, no, Toxic, they did have the perfect hand here. And Rune Crab. Well, Rune Crab wasn't on turn 1, so there's that. And I'm shocked that they didn't follow it up with the Fabled Passage, because that's usually where that goes. And they're milling a ton of our lands away, which makes me sad. Makes me very sad, not gonna lie. They pull your hand to hand, they're gonna attack with a bunch of stuff. I will absolutely give up a Masked Vandal. So that they don't get another trigger off Zerasan. Gonna attack here. Let's see if they block anything. Rune Crab, excellent. We are going to take action, and I'm going to have a Zerasan the Trickster to eat the Rune Crab. Nom nom nom. Give me back my Realm Walker. And by give me back, I mean put it back in my graveyard, but get rid of it. Yeah. Thank you, opponent. I feel like that was a pretty decent turn. Like, it's not ideal, but I gotta do something. At the end of the day, we're still going up against rogues. Even though it's kind of a weird Yorion rogues list. And they're gonna ninja out Zerasan, of course, to steal my Realm Walker back, so it's almost like nothing happened. Slowed him down for a turn, though. That's something. Had to spend a lot of resources to do it, unfortunately, but such is life. Yep, naming rogues naturally. And we're back. As though nothing happened. Alright, so we can Blizzard Brawl the Realm Walker here. I think I want to do that because the amount of value that they'd be able to generate off of that next turn is on another level, and I don't want to let them do that. Now, if they attack with Zareth San, which they should do, and you have Luris, why wouldn't you? I dislike this deck. I dislike this deck a lot. So if they, well, I was about to say if they attack with Zareth San, which they should do, I was going to block with the Masked Vandal, but alas, it is not to be. And with the Masked Vandal, they'd be able to, well, they don't have a creature in their graveyard, so let's see, what can they steal from us? Just Masked Vandals, or does it say permanent or creature? Permanent cards, so they can steal the Reflections of Littjara. That stinks, but not the end of the world. Yeah, we're dead here. There's nothing we can do. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing we can do. Going up against the rogue list. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to building this god deck. So I'm trying to think which, so we're going to put at least one of each god in there. And probably, well, probably multiple Asikas because she's ramp in addition to the planar bridge. Or the prismatic bridge. That's the one, not the planar bridge. Yeah, and we don't have any board wipes in here, so I think if they attack with all, they may just have it here. 3 World Trees in deck, 1 in sideboard. Yeah, PowerofWar, I think you're right. And then Fae of Wishes. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. Okay, so this deck, it's more fun than good. And they're gonna mill us on top of everything else. So rude. So rude. And it doesn't matter because I don't have any permanents with power 4 or greater. Lifelink, maybe? Question mark? Reach. That is that's full on useless. Yeah, and all they need to do is attack with all. So let's just go ahead and scoop it up. Could use the new saga. Ooh, which saga is that? All right, so let's do it. Yeah, we dead big time. We absolutely dead, no question about it. All right, deck building time. Let's go. Standard World Tree. I only have 2 World Trees? No! Okay. You know what? But I have the wild cards. I'm going to spend my wild cards like they're going out of style. I'm down to 1 rare. This is not good. But we gotta make it happen. So we're going to put 1 in the sideboard. 3 in the main. Alright, let's look at gods. And not demigods. I mean, gods. All right, let's go Redain, Halvar, Cosima. Play on the account with 300 wildcards. If only. No, that was just for the early access event. If you guys aren't familiar, for the early access event, they give out access to accounts that have like thousands of wild cards and gems. That way you're able to build out an entire collection just for that one day. All right, so I'm just gonna add 1 of each god, and I only have 1 Asika apparently. Okay, we're just gonna add 1 of each god for now, and we're gonna slim it down as we go to build this thing. All right. So that's a lot of gods. Void Max was next to all your creatures are gods. Ooh, that's true, Ingolf. I like that. Oh, the Raven's Warning. Yes. I have 2 of those. Let's go ahead and toss them in. Our mana base is going to be a joke in this in this deck. Well, of course, World Tree is going to come in handy there. All right, and so we're going to need to ramp. We're going to need to ramp. We're going to need to do it a lot. So let's see. What are some good ways to do that? We're going to need to ramp, and we're also going to need mana fixing. So I'm thinking Lotus Cobra might actually not be a bad plan. Potentially, although that's temporary. So maybe not. You can pull anything that way with the Saga. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a pretty we're gonna set up our sideboard. All right, let's see. Does actually what's the path to the World Tree again? Sacrifice path to the World Tree. You gain 2 life, draw 2 cards. Target opponent loses 2 life. Path to the World Tree. Yeah. Search library for basic land card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library for 2. It's not bad, I suppose. It's not bad. I mean, the second ability is awfully expensive, so it's just fetching up the basic land is really the only benefit here. If they put it into play, I'd be all for it. But since it doesn't, I'm hesitant to go that route. What is Omen of the Hunt? How does that? You search for 2, right? You search library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. Okay, well that gives us what we need. Because going out to the battlefield is a significantly better deal than going into our hand. Significantly. Like, it makes all the difference in the world. So yeah, Omen of the Hunt is solid. What are some other good ramps? Migration Path is an option as well. You go from 4 basic lands to 2. Oh, the Zendikar search for 2 lands one? Which one is that? The name is... Vastwood Surge. Yeah, Vastwood Surge. Search your library for 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. I think I prefer Migration Path because of the cycling ability in the late game. Although we do have a lot of creatures if we're able to get the... if we're able to trigger the World Tree. Let's go, let's go Migration Path. All right, because we got to ramp hard if we're going to make this work. All right, so we got that. And you know what? Let's put Lotus Cobra in here. And in a perfect world where I have all the mythic wild cards, we'd probably put in more Asikas, but unfortunately we only have the 1. And so let's see, how's the World Tree worded? Enters the battlefield, as long as you control 6 or more lands, blah, blah, blah. So you pay double Wooburg, sacrifice the World Tree, search your library for any number of God cards, put them onto the battlefield, and shuffle your library. So if I'm not mistaken, that actually gives us the opportunity to, in the case of modal double-faced gods, we're actually able to put them both into play because we're searching up the God card. I could be mistaken on that, but I believe that's how that works. Ability Yorion. Ooh, actually Yorion would fit in here because we do have just so many. Are there any tutors? Okay, sorry. So what you're seeing here is me racking my brain to see if there are and if you guys know of any, please let me know. Tutors that can search for any land, not just basic land. Make it 80 plus, then run all the gods. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Although, do we have any... actually, I mean, we're running the Omen of the Hunt. And so we can also run Omen of the Sea as good blink targets for Yorion. The card that increased the devotion. Ooh, Cocklehops. I like that. That's the... Another one you're talking about, it's a 3-mana artifact. The name is completely escaping me right now. The Altar of the Pantheon. Yeah, I think Altar of the Pantheon actually could be pretty solid. Could run some new sagas to bounce. Absolutely. Actually, Altar of the Pantheon is pretty solid because we are going to have... Because we do have the Theros gods in the mix. So I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Thank you. Yeah, Cogglehops, good call. And Non-Toxic Avenger, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm thinking some new sagas, definitely. Let's turn that off. I think Binding of the Old Gods is great. This is for a forest card, put it on the battlefield, tap and shuffle your library. We can run Triomes with Binding of the Old Gods, and that'll ramp us in addition to destroying threats from our opponent. So I think that's pretty fantastic, actually. Yeah, with so many colors, it might not work. Well, Cogglehops, the way that that's going to work is we're all in on getting the World Tree to Fire. If we can't get the World Tree to Fire, we are sunk. Birth of Meletus. You know what? Nothing wrong with that. It'd help if I spell that correctly. How about we just look? There we go. And so, how many lands do we have in here right now? 24. We're going to need to up that significantly. So this might actually be the deck. It's awkward at best. Oh, but you know what? How can we run World Tree in the sideboard? We have Raven's Warning in here. I don't want to creature you control with flying deals combat damage to a player this turn. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, Raven's Warning, the biggest benefit is putting the card from outside the library. Haven't seen Flynn in a while. He's actually on a business trip in India at the moment, and so he hasn't been able to join. Yeah. And so we are definitely going to be running a lot of Triomes in this deck. Legion Carried is better than the Cobra. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, good call. Yeah. No, he's in India right now. Yeah, because the Legion Carried sticks around. Whereas the Lotus Cobra, well, I mean, they're both squishy, but the Lotus Cobra, Lotus Cobra mana it's fleeting, as they say. Let's go Fabled Passage, Golos Title. Is Golos? I thought Golos was banned. Actually, no, Golos rotated out because it's M20. Yeah. Yeah, no, Wraith, you're right. This is, yeah, we are playing standard. Oh, so used to build in historic. And actually a historic version with Golos and all the Amonkhet gods would be a lot of fun. So I can appreciate that. But no, we're building standard right now. So the Legion Carrieted, or Carrieted, and then we also need to put Fae of Wishes in here if we're going to be going to our sideboard. So yeah, if the plan is to fetch from the sideboard, we need that in here. Yeah, we could make it historic. You're not wrong. Let's turn the suggest lands off. Let's go Triumph. Let's grab all the Triumphs with green in them. And because our gods are every freaking color, how many lands is that? 30? We're gonna need way more than that. Yeah, we're gonna need green and blue primarily. All right, so we are gonna have to make some cuts. I'm hesitant to let Binding the Old Gods go. Altar of the Pantheon's also a good call. Omen of the Sea is actually not doing much for us, so we can let that go. That's just a blink target for Yorion. Birth of Meletus is solid here. The fact that it only grabs planes is a bit of a bummer, although that can grab the Andatha Tri... Or no, it only grabs basic planes. But it'll help slow the opponent down a little bit. What about Klothys, God of Destiny? You can use it for healing and mana. Oh yeah, Klothys is in here. Yeah, we absolutely have Klothys. Actually, having multiple Klothys might not be a bad idea. But yeah, since she's a god, it's a slam dunk sure thing in here. No, you're good. You're good, Toxic. All right. Let's see. Yorn, God of Winter, tap each snow permanent. So we're gonna have a bunch of snow lands just to get any value out of Yorn, unless we just take Yorn out, because at this point he's just a 3/3 for 3. Cauldron the Rune Staff. Put target snow permanent card from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters the battlefield tapped. Ooh. You know what? I like Altar of the Pantheon. I like Altar of the Pantheon a lot here, but I think Replicating Ring might actually be better. Both games is this the famous Devotion Altogether deck? Not quite. No, this is a God World Tree deck, which there is going to be a lot of devotion in there, but that's not the main goal. Horizon Seeker can boast to look for any basic. Ooh, that's true. It can. Maskwood Nexus makes all creatures in your deck gods. Yeah, Ingolf, I did see that. I'm not sure what to take out for it, though. Yeah, because we could build Maskwood Nexus and build whatever we want, but I kind of like the idea of being working with the gods we have. No, it's a good call out though. So what's the goal here? The goal here is to ramp